What's up, everyone? It's Wacko. Welcome you to week 3 of the SDS Legends ZA NetDex Tour. This week we got 7 games to watch. One game didn't even get scheduled, which was kind of, well, and I don't know if it's shocking or not, but perhaps. And yeah, I have no idea if Brandon or Power Fable are alive. So if they are alive and you see this video, say what's up and do something maybe. But anyways, this week we're gonna start off with our Mono Ghost team Zor with the Dragapult, Mimikyu, Annihilate, Mega Golurk, Ceruledge, and Drifblim versus Lies of J with the Mega Garchomp Z, Serena, Crobat, Rotom Heat, Ambipom, and Mr. Galarian Darmanitan. So he's gonna lead G-Darm into Annihilate. U-turn doesn't do that much. Also, like, clicking U-turn on, like, Annihilate being in is kind of crazy, because you're just kind of boosting its Rage Fist. Dual Wing Beat. Oh, Drifblim just kind of died. I've never seen Drifblim die to, like, such a weak attack move. I don't know if that, that Crobat is, like, banded? I actually don't know. We're gonna Volt Switch on the Ceruledge, bring in the Ambipom. Oh, we're gonna Endure, knock off. We're gonna activate Weak Armor and Boots. Okay, so we weren't Weakness Policy. Okay. Garchomp's gonna come in. Ceruledge is faster though. We're gonna Poltergeist. KOs the Garchomp. Uh-oh. Crobat's gonna come in. Okay, so we're Boots. Crobat dies. Yeah, I think Mr. J just kind of loses here. Yeah, there he goes. G-Darm comes in. G-Darm is gonna be slower, just kind of dies to Bitter Blade. And Serena's gonna also come in and just die to Bitter Blade. Yeah, that's gonna be GG, so Mono Ghost wins. That's kind of crazy. I was almost kind of thinking, like, versus Ceruledge, like, sometimes, like, it's so easy to get it going that I know in ZAOU that people, like, legit run no item on, like, Rotom, for example, and that helps them, like, stay alive, for example. Because Ceruledge can get sweeps going, although when I use Ceruledge in OU, it doesn't do shit. But, you know. Next up we have Carkol Rider, which is Ornn versus Gex. On Ornn side we have Mega Raichu Y, Enamorus, Iron Moth, Iron Crown, Meowscarada, and Dracovish. And on Gex's side we have Ting-Lu, Iron Bundle, Chi-Yu, Tapu Fini, Hawlucha, and Serperior. So we're still not using our freaking Mega. I don't really know what's up with that, like why we're not using our Mega that we're testing, but you know. I guess if it doesn't look good in a matchup, I guess, like, you don't really want to bring it, huh? Iron Moth is just going to knock out Serperior immediately, but we do get the Para off. Iron Crown's going to come in on the flip turn. That did a lot of damage, I feel. Well, actually, Iron Bundle has like 80 base attack, I think. Dark Pulse into Iron Moth. We're going to hard switch into Meow. Takes a lot of damage, but you do take another hit. Fini's gonna come in on the U-turn. I'm gonna assume maybe Fini is like Rindo? No, it's lefties. Ting-Lu's gonna come in on the Raichu. Raichu's probably not gonna be able to do much here. Alluring Voice, that actually did kind of a lot. You know, for like a non-stab move into a Ting-Lu, that was kind of a lot. Yeah, Raichu's kind of just showing how strong it is. We're gonna see the Dracovish switch in on Spike. Yeah, I'm gonna assume Fini's the switch in. Vicious Ren did a lot, holy shit. And we're not like Scarf Fini. Protect. Oh, you're gonna have to pick a sack here, aren't you? Unless you're like Scarf Bundle. Oh, you're just gonna switch in Ting-Lu, that's crazy. Guess we just sack Ting-Lu. I suppose what, you're gonna go... Oh, you go back in a Bundle. Okay, yeah, Bundle can live one. But I guess you wanted to keep Fini around for some reason. I'm gonna assume it's probably for like Enam. Feeney's gonna come in on the crown. Volt switch. That just fucking killed. Okay, so that's probably like, is that Specs? Iron Bundle's gonna come in. I'm gonna see the Ice Beam. Oh, it just knocks out Raichu. Yeah, right. Iron Bundle is one of the few mons that Raichu Y isn't outspeeding in this format, I feel. Speaking of not outspeeding though, also Hawlucha. Also, Hawlucha, if it didn't have the fucking Misty Seed, died like straight up to the non-stab Volt Switch. So yeah, this is obviously Choice Specs. We're gonna see Brave Bird doesn't knock out the Enam. We're gonna see Moonblast. And then I'm gonna assume, okay, so Chi-Yu comes in. Are we Scarf? Yeah, we're Scarf Dark Pulse. Okay, that's a bit scary. I guess you live a Dark Pulse. You're gonna bring in the bundle on the Vicious Rend. Dies, holy shit. Bundle has defense, by the way. Dark Pulse. Flinches the Dracovish. Well, that kind of sucks. Because now Meowscarada has to, oh, we're Scarf Meow. Oh, we just crit. Crit did 81? That's crazy. Dark Pulse knocks that out. Meow's gonna come back in, and we're gonna outspeed. U-turn will be able to claim the KO. I don't think that crit mattered, but that damage was fucking crazy. Because I think it was Scarf Chi-Yu and Scarf Meow. I think that's the only thing that would make sense, unless the Enam was like slow. Well, the Dracovish was obviously Scarf, so no, Chi would have had to be Scarf. Yeah, that makes sense to me. So Scarf Vish and Scarf Meow and Scarf Chi. Okay. Next up we have Wobbuffet versus Crypt. Just making sure I'm still recording. On Crypt side we have Mega Absol, Ogerpon, Hearthflame, Slowking, Melmetal, Goodra, and Clefable, which he dropped everything on his team to pick up a Mono Dark team, by the way, so expect him to not win anything ever again. Not that he does that much, but, you know. And then on the Wobbuffet side, we have the Skarmory, Indeedee, Sneasler, Kyurem, Mega Delphox, and Vanillux. See Slowking lead into Delphox. Shallow does a lot. And we're going to see a Surf knocks out the Delphox turn 1. Crazy. I guess maybe he wasn't expecting... I think the Slowking is Choice Specs. Gonna go back into Slowking on the Spike. It's gonna bring in Kyurem on a Flamethrower. That did a lot. Sneasler's gonna come in. He switches out of Slowking. I think he's scared of Freeze Dry killing. And Dire Claw does knock out the Ogerpon. So what do you bring back in Slowking here? Yep, you do. Flamethrower. I'm kind of surprised you're not running like Psychic. Oh, we get the Healing Wish off. Kyurem's gonna come in and get all that health back. So we're gonna go Melmetal. And we're gonna double Iron Bash on the Skarmory. And this is why I told Crypt to run Rocky Helmet, or not Rocky Helmet, to run a Punching Glove on Melmetal. Because if you hit a Rocky Helmet, like, it's just kind of over for you. So we're gonna bring in Clef. We're obviously unaware, unless we ran Cute Charm on accident, but we're obviously not Magic Guard. Meteor being Clef into Sneasler, even though Sneasler is just gonna outspeed and Dire Claw kill you. Yeah, that was kind of weird. Goodra's gonna come in. Does it eat a hit? Oh, crazy. I guess it does. Flamethrower kills the Vanillux through the crit. Crit probably mattered. Yep. Kyurem's gonna come in. We're gonna Scale Shot on a Melmetal. But Melmetal's always gonna run straight into Skarmory, so you can't really abuse like this Kyurem switch. If I was Crip, I would double out here into Slowking. We don't do that though. Because I think from Crip's position, like, this game's winnable, but he has to kind of make some doubles, I think. We double into the Slowking, so obviously, I think he shouldn't be as scared of Kyurem with the Slowking now. I mean, like, I would probably switch out at this point. Ooh, we lock into Psychic. That was not the play. I think at this point, you lock into Flamethrower. Yeah, Sneasler's shipped down. Kyurem still takes a lot of damage. I think Flamethrower would have been the play. We're gonna Draco. Yeah, we're just kind of trying to predict too much, which is actually losing Crypt the game, unfortunately. It's gonna Brave Bird, but yeah, we clicked Flamethrower a little bit too late. Like, we kind of sacked a sack that we could have had. Scale Shot is going to knock out the Slowking, but Melmetal does get a free kill here, actually. Oh, no, it doesn't. Its health is, like, way too low. Yeah, it was just a little bit too late for Crypt, I guess. And Absol's gonna die here as well. Surprised he didn't try, like, the Sucker Punch or Shadow Sneak or anything. I know, like, Shadow Sneak wouldn't have killed, but, like, maybe a crit Sucker Punch might have killed. Maybe. I actually don't know. I don't think it would have, but you could always try. But yeah, GG's to Wob. From like 10 turns ago, like, it didn't really look like a good game for you. Like, it kind of looked like you're stuck in a corner for a bit. Especially with Melmetal being like healthy still, but the Spikes chip really helped you against the Melm. And then also, both of the Megas did nothing. I mean, Absol didn't do anything. At least Delphox like kind of tried to do something. The Megas in this game did nothing. Raichu clicked Alluring Voice, and it did considerable damage, but we have no Mega action yet. Alright, let's see if we get some Mega action here. Well, I actually know the answer to this because I was the one that played this game, because it is me versus the Danley. On my side, I have the Mega Greninja, Iron Treads, Raging Boner, Azumarill, Uxie, and Runerigas, which is a new mom on the team. I actually changed my team slightly again. I ended up dropping Uxie for Azelf. What were my other trades? Because I kind of just made them in the middle of the day and I didn't really think about it. I believe my trades were Uxie for Azelf, because I dropped Cincino. I dropped Cincino and Roserade and picked up Pheasantipity. And I picked up Spidops? I picked up Spidops, but I don't actually remember, like, who I... Let me look. What was the other mon that I picked up? Oh, it was Arboliva. Arboliva, Cincino, and Golisopod I dropped for Pheasantipity, Spidops, and Arboliva. So, yeah, you will not be seeing Uxie anymore. I don't know how to make Uxie, like, feel like a useful Pokemon, because I'm bringing it to games, but it I don't know, you'll see. So he brings in, like, a defensive Staraptor, which is kind of cool. I'm going to bring in my Runerigas on a knockoff. He's going to absorb my Colbur Berry, which also hands me Intimidate because Wandering Spirit. Why do people... No one uses this fucking Mon. I think more people need to use Runerigas. Like, you'd be surprised at how many interactions its ability actually has. So I'm going to miss Play Rough, which is unfortunate because Play Rough and Aqua Jet would have knocked out the Staraptor, but unfortunately I'm going to have to play around the Staraptor a little bit more, and he's going to be able to roost back up. So yeah, he is a defensive Staraptor, which I thought was kind of cool. I'm going to Body Press into the Baxcalibur, and he's going to Mega the Bax. He's going to click EQ. I don't know. I guess he thought maybe I was going to go into Treads, because that's the only thing that makes sense. I wouldn't have been surprised, though, if he, like, tried Dragon Dancing here, but I guess he should have probably clicked the button. But if I was him, actually, I don't know. You know, EQ is like a decent play, but I actually stayed in with my Runerigas and Body Pressed him. So actually, the Ice-type Mega with 175 attack did 25% to my Ground type and died to the Ground type after the Ground type, like, stayed in on it. So, yeah. Cool Mega. Bye-bye, Baxcalibur. Keldio's going to come in, and I'm actually going to go Uxie. Like, I think the one thing Uxie is actually useful for is just, like, scouting. So I'm going to get my leftovers. I'm going to see that he's, like, very choice banned on the Zeraora. He's going to knock me again, which doesn't kill me. I'm just going to get up rocks because I figured I'd just get up rocks there. He's going to knock again, knock me out. Runerigus is gonna come in because I live the knockoff, and I'm gonna parting shot into a Melmetal. And actually, I'm gonna bring in Greninja. I don't actually know why I went Gren here because I knew this fucking. I even said it in the chat. I can't wait for Pasho Mudsteel to denounce anything I click here, and that's exactly what happened. Surf didn't even kill it because I was like physical Gren. He must have been like somewhat spit F Mudsteel, but I for some reason decided to go into my electric type and click a move that could miss. So now he's gonna go into his Dio Speed, which did kind of a lot of damage with the Psychic, in my opinion. Gonna bring in the Azumarill as he goes into Staraptor. Doesn't eat the rocks, so yeah, he is Boots. But I kind of have to play this game again because a player decided to miss, which kind of lost me quite some differential there, I think. But I will be burning his Staraptor, so Staraptor can't really do anything. I believe Runerigus is always safe from like anything that happens, so I'm gonna body press into the Staraptor. It'd actually be a pretty cool play for him to go like hard Dio here, but I don't think he would want to. So he's going to receive Intimidate again, or actually I receive Intimidate again, which lowers his attack, and then body press will kill him. So yeah, that Brave Bird, the first Brave Bird did like what? The first one did 33%, and then the next time he was able to Brave Bird me, it did 10. So that's just like the power of like swapping Intimidates with this thing, and then also like wisping it, I suppose. Dio Speed's gonna come in, and I believe I let Rune die. No, I don't actually let Rune die. I switch in Azu. So he's gonna T-Bolt. I think that was kind of a misplay on my behalf. I think I should have just sacked Runerigus because I had a Mon that was like healthy enough to live, but now Azu's just gonna die to like whatever happens, which is not a good situation, which you'll see. So Keldeo's gonna stay in. He's going to click Surf. It does kind of a lot of damage to me. Draco Meteor misses, unfortunately. He's gonna Surf again as I Volt Switch. Doesn't kill him. So he's gonna Surf again. And gonna bring back in my Raging Bolt. I'm gonna Thunderclap. And at this point, Zeraora can lock into Choice Band Close Combat. And it leaves me into the question whether or not he gets the roll, because it is a roll for him to kill my Treads. Luckily for me, though, I'm not punished. The god saw that Azu missed his player off earlier and decided to throw me a bone, and I get the win. Thank God. I probably would have crashed out if I lost because of the way that my last game went with Wob. So, yeah, you will be no longer seeing fucking Cinderace on my team, that's for sure. Next up, we have Kalkan versus who's soon to be the problematic coach of the week. And yeah, so on Kalkan's side, we have Swampert, Greninja, Scizor, Heracross, Thundurus, and Heatran, so no Mega Dragonite. And on John's side, we have Mega Excadrill, Tyranitar, Rotom Wash, Volcarona, Latias, and Togekiss. So you're going to see lead Thundurus into T-Tar, Volt Switch into Swampert on T-Tar as we get up rocks. Togekiss is going to come in on probably flip turn, yep. Thundurus comes in, we'll see that he's Boots. Excadrill's going to want to come in on the Focus Blast. Holy shit, 1%. Oh my god. Oh my god. Why did you switch out? Are you scared of Rock Slide killing? Bitch clicked Iron Head? Okay, that's kind of crazy. But also, I didn't know that the shiny sprites were there in my code. Unless Excadrill has a sprite now? I don't think it does, though. Because I'm using a code to look at the sprites, but I don't think it's actually how it works. So Pursuit, yeah, Pursuit does trap you when you use a switch move, unless you use Baton Pass. Oh, Stone Edge the Volcarona, yeah, fuck Volcarona. Latias is gonna come in. We're gonna see Scissor coming on that. Kind of risky on like a Mystical Fire, to be fair, and we're not Akka. Okay, so we're not Mystical Fire on the Latias, or we just didn't click it. Swampert's gonna come in on the Rotom. Rotom can't really do much, but I guess you can Wisp the Swampert. Swampert's gonna get up rocks. But Latias, I'm gonna assume, is gonna be Healing Wish for the Excadrill at this point. And also, I didn't pay attention earlier, but you'll see something the next time the Mon switches in. Discharge. Hydro Pump will knock out Swampert. Greninja will come in. ST-Tar comes in on Gren. On Dark Pulse. That did nothing. Scissor's gonna come in. Does below... Oh. No, Sand just knocks it out. Latias is gonna come in. He's gonna Healing Wish into Excadrill, probably. So, yeah. Excadrill lived on 1 and just barely survived. So we're gonna knock off with Scissor. It's gonna Bullet Punch for some chip. Excadrill's gonna knock out with that move. So, as you can see, the Sandstorm did not go away, which means that the T-Tar is running Smooth Rock. And apparently John, he like outed himself. He's like, I've been running this every week. So yeah, I have Weather Rocks banned. I've only mentioned it like 10,000 times. Please do not run the fucking rock. Please and thank you. Maybe it's not broken, but people in this server at least prefer to not have the Weather Rocks or the Terrain Extenders allowed. So I prefer if we just kept it that way. We also have unlimited transactions because I'm pretty sure me, Crypt, and Sacred Ash used like way more than like 5 transactions this season. Although most of mine have been kind of small. Well, my big one was removing Cinderace off my team for missing 3 Pyro Balls, but like you can make as many trades as you want, but know that you cannot run Smooth Rock on that T-Tar. Like you're gonna have to run, like if you want to make the most out of Sand, like you're probably gonna have to run Eject Button on it to get in your drill. If you absolutely have to, so yeah. Anyways, he's gonna Water Shuriken with the Gren, which doesn't knock out the Excadrill, and yeah. And for some reason, John is just clicking Earthquake. Like, he has no... Like... I remember last season, John, you made someone forfeit. Like, you made, like, a newbie forfeit against you because they ran, like, Baton Pass on a... It was also on a Latias, which is funny. But instead of, like... letting him kill your drill, like click Sword Stance again, like you just click Earthquake and kill 2 Mons. Like I don't really like that. Why did we Stone Edge there? I mean, either way, how do I think this game would have gone? Because Thundurus does knock out everything here. Alright, so how many Mons were left when the Gren died? 4. So I think I'm gonna give Kalkan the... differential doesn't even matter right now, but I'm gonna change it really quick. Which one is he? Axa. Heracross lives. And Heatran lives. Because I believe, based on what I'm seeing, that they probably wouldn't have died if the Sand actually went away when it was supposed to, and if John didn't, like, BM and like fuck up differential after running an item that shouldn't have, like, Kalkan didn't prep for fucking Smooth Rock because he didn't have to, you know? Okay. So next up we have Alakid versus Sacred Ash. We have Tapu Koko, Swellow, Latios. Lots of special attackers there. But then we got the physical attackers with Iron Thorns, Great Tusk, and Iron Leaves. On Sacred Ash's side, we have Mega Darkrai. Oh yeah, no Mega Heatran, by the way. But we have Mega Darkrai, Tornadus Therian, Zygarde, Jirachi, Slitherwing, and Silvally, which I believe Jirachi's Slitherwing and Silvally all got dropped in from Sacred Ash. I believe he picked up like Ogerpaw and Hearthflame. Yeah, Ogerpaw, Hearthflame, Nihilego, Hatterene, Porygon Z, Vikavolt, Hitmontop, and Houndstone. And he dropped Jirachi, Slitherwing, Ogerpaw, Wellspring, Silvally, Granbull, Electivire, and Regice, which I think makes sense. I don't really know why he had Electivire and Regice on his team, but, you know, you do you, dude. Tapu Koko is going to lead into Silvally, which is going to be Silvally normal. Volts, that did a lot. Okay, so we're Life Orb, and I'm gonna assume it's like offensive Silvally. Multi-Tech didn't do that much to... Oh, we're Life Orb. And we explode. Explosion killed Thorns. That's fucking crazy. Boom Burst. We're gonna miss a Bleak Windstorm. That's fucking awesome. So we go Jirachi. Yeah, Jirachi's pretty safe there. Shadow Ball doesn't do too much, but we're gonna Ice Punch the Latios. No Freeze, no hacks for you. Shadow Ball the Darkrai. Are we gonna Mega Evolve right now, or... No, we don't Mega Evolve. We just straight up Ice Beam the Great Tusk. Coco's gonna come in. Oh, we Mega Evolve the Darkrai here. Okay, so that's an interesting play. So, like, I think he knew he could live a Life Orb E-Gleam and then kill with Sludge Bomb. Yep. Because you know that it's Life Orb. Sludge Bomb is also just a pretty free click, because I'm also pretty sure you just live anything Latios no. Latios probably dies. So yeah, I guess you just use Darkrai to just demolish the Koko. I don't even really think you had to. I think it could have been a better play to have Darkrai come out on like one of these other guys and then like kill them, but you know, maybe Darkrai only claimed like one kill there, to be fair. So we're gonna see close combat from Iron Leaves will knock out the Darkrai. Jirachi's gonna come in and survive the Night Slash. Colbert, that did nothing. What the fuck? 12%? Iron Leaves. What the fuck, dude? I know it's not running like... It's not running a lot of attack investment because you have to run a lot of investment in speed to get the speed boost Quark Drive. Arrows will knock him out. Swell's gonna come in. Boom Burst does kill. Okay. So Jirachi's gonna come in. Boom Burst doesn't knock that out. We're gonna Ice Punch. Freeze the Swellow. Oh, that sucks. That's just how Jirachi works, though, I guess. Shadow Ball. Could that have been game? I actually don't think so. If it's the wing, you know, if it, we'll see. Protect. Okay, so we are first impression, but I believe Swellow has to be like choice specs locked or something, or like choice locked in some way. I wasn't really paying attention to the damage it was doing. I think, didn't it kill the Zygarde from like 63? Yeah, I killed it from 62%, which makes me think it's probably specs, because Zygarde's fat. Yeah, if he's choice locked, then yeah, Slitherwing would have killed the Swellow at 29, but it does kind of, I guess it kind of sucks, you know. It would have given you an extra differential, or perhaps maybe I don't. It depends on what the Latios set is, I guess, but. Yeah, but that'll be GG's. Oh, wait, no, Luster Purge knocks that out. Uh-oh. U-turn, Draco Meteor. Doesn't knock him out. Then we're gonna U-turn again. Sacred Ash, like, he said something about understanding my pain with Cinderace, but he only missed one Bleak Windstorm. Like, at least he didn't lose three. At least he didn't miss three in a row, and then lose the game because of it. Okay. Next up, we got Odie versus Heister. On Odie's side, we have Thundurus, Therian, Mega Meganium, which is making its debut because Odie didn't play last week. He tried playing Brundon, but Brundon kind of disappeared on us. Then we got Iron Valiant, Samurott Ratatouille, Scolipede, and Gouging Fire. Lots of 4-leg creatures on his side. And on Heister's side, we have a bunch of random-ass shit. We have Mega Chandelure, Kartana, Alomomola, Terrapagos, Zapdos, and Piloswine. So we're going to see lead Thunders into Zapdos. Gonna hard switch into the Piloswine on the T-Bolt. And we're gonna switch into Samurott on Icicle Crash, which does kind of a lot. Might be like an offensive Piloswine. Ceaseless Edge will take some Helmet Chip from Aloe as Meganium comes in. But Chandelure is gonna kind of block it from being able to Mega Evolve. But I'm gonna assume Chandelure will Mega Evolve. We're gonna see a Flame Charge, which is 7%. Oh, but we switch out. Are we scared that Samurott is like Scarf? Or like... No, actually we're probably scared of Sucker Punch. That's probably what it is. Does Sucker Punch even kill Chandelure though? I don't even think it does. We could just be trying to preserve some health. We are not Boots Terrapagos. Scolipede's gonna come in on the Rapid Spin. And Terra Starstorm straight up kills Scolipede. That's crazy. Mega Meganium's gonna come in. We're gonna see Calm Mind. Energy Ball doesn't... through one Calm Mind, that was not bad. Terra Storm is gonna knock out the Samurott. Gouging Fire is gonna come in. Earth Power doesn't knock out Gouge. Flare Blitz. Okay, so the thing is here, I don't know if Heister has a Mon that requires you to be Blitz over Heat Crash, because what I'm seeing here is like most of these Mons don't weigh that much, even like Zapdos, and I don't even think Piloswine weighs that much. Gouging Fire should always be running Heat Crash, at least versus these Mons, but I don't know. You know what, let me check Heister's teams before I get an angry comment from Odie. He's FF. Roaring Moon. Roaring Moon is like the only thing that I would consider to be like pretty heavy, but at that point, like, aren't you clicking your dragon move? Or like, what is this Gouging Fire running? Like, why Blitz and not Heat Crash? I'm pretty sure Heat Crash is just the best click here. Versus everything, you have to be running like a coverage move. You're probably running a dragon move or like Earthquake for Shandy, because Shandy's Flash Fire. So I guess I don't understand why you're Blitz, but yeah. Meganium's gonna come in on Piloswine, and there's a lot of doubles happening. They're just kind of switching over and over again. We're gonna see that Thundurus' Rocky Helmet. I don't think I've ever seen Rocky Helmet Thundurus Therian before, but it's very cool. And also, Focus Splash just straight up knocked out the Piloswine. Was the Piloswine like not a Violate? Oh no, it was a crit. It was a crit that knocked it out. Interesting. We're gonna see Flamethrower doesn't knock out Val, but we're gonna see Shadow Ball, which kills the Chandelure. Life Orb kills itself. Thundurus is gonna come in on the Kartana. We're gonna see Giga Impact. Too bad I'm not seeing Heat of the Week anymore, because I saw Explosion fucking Silvally and Giga Impact Kartana. That's fucking crazy. Giga Impact doesn't kill the Meganium. If Meganium had like Synthesis there, I probably would have clicked it and then like tried my best. But actually, yeah, you did have Synthesis. I don't really know why we didn't like click it there. But yeah, Hurricane knocks out Meganium either way. I don't know what investment the Meganium had, to be fair, but I kind of feel like Meganium is bulky enough now to like maybe not die to a Hurricane, but it might be like offensive Zapdos as well. So with that said, which Megas performed? well, Meganium got a KO, I believe. It killed the Kartana. The grass fairy type killed the grass steel type, interestingly enough. I believe Chandelure, like, barely missed a KO, but technically it did get a KO because of Iron Valiant killing itself on Life Orb, so it got a KO technically, according to my doc. But not really the best showing. Here, there's no Mega. Darkrai actually did decently. It got 2 kills. It killed the... well, it just straight up killed Great Tusk on the switch in. And then it killed Tapu Koko by living a Life Orb Dazzling Gleam and Sludge Bombing it. So Darkrai did pretty good there. Darkrai actually seems like a Mon, like, I would consider trying. Like, it seems like a Mon where, like, I think Sacred Ash is playing it the exact way, like, it's meant to be played. At least before it gets, like, a proper, like, ability, or if, like, Dark Void gets changed. Which I am kind of suspecting Dark Void might turn into, like, a Giga Drain, like, Infernal Parade clone, but, I kind of hope it does, but, I think Darkrai is meant to, like, just kind of be a slowish... It's not even that slow, but it's, like, a bulky attacker. Just live a hit and hit back harder, and you run coverage moves, you just try to kill things. Like, that seems to be how Darkrai's playing. And the bulk is actually really good, like, the fact that it lived Life Orb hit from Tapu Koko. And it wasn't even, like, this isn't even from full, like, that, it only did 73%. Which, I mean, if it was, like, Life Orb Iron Valiant, like, Darkrai died, but, you know, from full, but, you know. Mega Excadrill technically only would have gotten, like, 1 kill. I might actually fucking change it on here. Like, truthfully, like, he deserved the kill on Scissor, but like, he did not kill, like, he didn't deserve, like, these 2 kills. I don't know. I think for, like, records keeping sake, I have to remove 2 kills off this Excadrill. Unfortunately. Oh, if I can find it. So Excadrill at 4 kills. Unfortunately, I'm gonna have to change this to 2. Again, differential isn't gonna matter. I just kind of, I want, like, an accurate representation of the Mons before they get there. I mean, abilities will change everything, but I'd rather, like, I'd rather it be fair with the differential here. Like, technically, I could also give you, like, a complete FFL, but I'd at least rather track the stats from the Megas at least as accurately as I can, and I think Excadrill at least could have gotten 2. Technically I think it only got 1, but the reason I'm giving it 2 is because I think Gren would have died. I don't even know. You know, I guess legally it only got 1 kill. Where's the game at? Where is it? Right here. It killed Scissor. And then the Sandstorm ran out. So, yeah, actually, Drill only got 1 kill. And we're not doing playoffs, so it's not gonna matter, but yeah, the Excadrill kind of didn't deserve that, unfortunately. But yeah, that was that game. There's no Mega Dragonite. Gren and Baxcalibur both, they both tried hitting Mons that they should be beating. Gren did 43% to a Mudsdale, I think, and then died to Body Press because, funnily enough, I only died to Mudsdale because I clicked Surf on it instead of, like, if I was, like, Nasty Plot, I probably could have done something and, like, lived the Body Press, I think. And then the Baxcalibur clicked Earthquake on Runerigus and did 25% and died. Mega Delphox and Mega Absol both did, like, nothing. Especially when Delphox hit a Slowking and then Slowking regen back up to full, like, twice in this game. In this game, there's no Mega, what's his face? But Mega, Raichu did... To be fair, Raichu did some considerable chip to that Ting Lu. Like, I know 35% with a super effective move doesn't sound like a lot, but I think like for Ting Lu, that's a lot. And it's just a coverage move that's like not even that strong. So I like the Raichu damage was like pretty good. And then on this side, Garchomp did nothing, and Golurk didn't even show up, or they didn't come out in the battlefield. So, good job to Sacred Ash for having the best performing Mega of the week, even though it only clicked 2 moves. I guess in comparison, like I suppose, Meganium and Chandelure did more, like they clicked more moves, but they didn't really perform as well as the Darkrai. So I think I will be giving it to Darkrai, and I will see you guys next week for week 4.